Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Randy. What up, Randy?
Not for long.
Oh, you're gonna quit?
I'm going to seek a more professional and healthy working environment.
Why? What's wrong with this
stressful.
one? This one isn't stressful.
Well, let's go and start the show now that we're almost done with our old fashions. You poured us, and
I've got plenty of old fashioned left.
we didn't weren't recording.
We just recorded. Did not record
Half a show.
22 minutes of nothing.
All right, it's fine. New year, new me. I'm not going to flip out like last time.
Okay, so
You mother. Oh.
I've got what is considered to be 32 of the weirdest sports.
We're not going to have genuine reactions though, because I already know them all now.
But we're not going to start where we left off. We're going to start where we left off.
The funniest part is what we just did, and then you realize we hadn't been recording again.
What are you talking about? You want to talk about dressage?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No. The moment has passed. You
Are you
missed
sure?
it. You failed to capture the magic.
Okay. Well, here's 5 random sports that defy belief.
I bet they all suck.
Probably.
The show's going to suck balls now because you missed the good stuff.
Chess boxing.
That's where you play chess for so long and then you box around. Then you play chess and you box around. Next.
You know what? This just got better. Hey,
Me being pissy?
no.
Oh.
Chess boxing began as a piece of performance art, but soon grew into professional sport with 2 governing bodies and a number of championships. The random sport is that chess boxing sees contestants compete over 11 rounds of boxing and chess. 3 minutes of boxing is followed by 1 minute of chess. There are multiple ways to win, including either by knockout in the ring or checkmate on the box. All right.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Ferret legging. What is the definition of ferret legging? You tell me what ferret legging is.
No clue.
I need a definition. This is like Urban Dictionary game.
Duct tape ferrets to your legs and run.
Okay. Close. I've heard of this before. Ferret legging is a contest to test the endurance and determination it is of the name suggests. The contest is where a man's trouser legs are sealed around the feet and 2 live ferrets are placed inside his trousers. The winning person who can withstand the furring of the ferrets the longest wins. The current record for ferret legging is 5 hours and 30 minutes.
Holy crap.
Oh, this just got so much better because now you have to give me the definition of what you think it is.
I thought of that when we were recording the first one, we weren't recording the first one. Thank you very much, Mademoiselle.
You're welcome very much.
Madame Martelle.
It just made the show that much better. Now
You're trying to make it better.
No.
I'm not buying it.
I'm working with what I got here.
Me too.
Well, cheese rolling.
That's where they roll cheese down the hill and you have to try and catch it.
Never mind.
See, that's not uncommon.
Dog surfing.
It's where you surf with a dog on the board.
Well, it's where the dog surfs on the board without you.
Without you?
Yep.
That's more impressive. I've seen dogs on surfboards with people.
This one's just explanatory. Unicycle polo.
I would guess that's polo on a unicycle.
It is.
I just realized there's no context to what we're doing at all because there's no...
No, there's not. And it's
Warm
fine.
up.
It's fine.
We'll
get to that. Quidditch.
That's that stupid Harry Potter crap.
Hey, look.
Oh, just in time since we're finally recording.
Patrick's here and we just started recording. What's up, Patrick? I mean...
It's waiting.
He's waiting.
Slow connection in the UK. He's on dial-up.
He is joined. Oh, double birds.
There he is.
What's Quidditch?
Quidditch is the game in Harry Potter, isn't it?
Yeah,
well, apparently it's also a game played like while people are running around with a ball trying to throw it through 3 rings in England.
Yeah,
but it's the game that originated in Harry Potter. Played from nerds.
It did. So we apparently, I forget to hit record and re-recorded 22 minutes of a show that didn't record.
Yeah, we didn't record 22 minutes.
And Randy is very sour about it.
Sounds kind of familiar.
Doesn't it?
I feel like I've been here a time or two.
Yeah. The red light's on right now, though, so it's all good.
Hey, are you involved in any way with toe wrestling?
No.
Are you sure? Like where are
I'm
you?
a grown
Where do you live at right now?
Northamptonshire in England.
I like how you ask them as if you know that many towns in England.
I know a few shires. How far is Welton from where you're at?
Welton. Depends which Welton it is.
Oh, geez.
There's probably a lot of Weltons.
Well, the Welton that has Ye Old Royal Oak Inn. Because I know there's a billion pubs in England. So the Ye Old Royal Oak Inn in Welton. Or maybe it's Welton.
Great.
Welton or Wetton?
That's a good question because Martelle can't read.
Welton.
Yeah.
Welton.
You need to bring Patrick up a little, I think.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find where it is. Dun, 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 dun.
Well, either way, that's where toe wrestling originated at, and I had said that you had a hand in inventing this new sport. It just sounds like something you would do.
Definitely not. No, it's way up north. It's up in Lancashire.
Oh.
It's in the Lake District.
See, I know where Lancashire is.
It's one of those shires you know.
It's one of those shires I know of. It's like Rottingham and Nottingham and Ham Sandwich.
Yeah.
So what's going on? How you been?
Near a place that is. Yeah, man.
We lost your audio. I can't hear you.
Yep. Got nothing. Nope.
Nothing.
I could barely hear him before.
I turned up. He's got audio on this side.
He gives the hold on signal.
Yeah, he had go away and come back. Problem is that I got to rejoin now. Okay. So Patrick did not invent toe wrestling.
No, I did not.
Do you secretly participate in toe wrestling?
No.
Sounds like something that somebody that secretly participates in toe wrestling would say.
What about Quidditch?
No.
What about Australian rules football?
I see. I'd like to. That's a great game. Aussie rules is incredible. Those guys are athletes.
Yeah, those guys are pure athletes. Like that is.
They're like thoroughbreds, mate. They are. Yeah.
I'm too much of a pussy for that.
Correct.
I will admit when there's something that I cannot do, and that one is one of them.
I mean, it's always good to be self-aware, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So what we've been talking about, Patrick, is odd sports.
Yeah, we shin kicking.
Well, that's got to be what it sounds like. You're just kicking each other's shins till somebody gives, right?
Yeah. Limbo skating.
Till you. Yeah, that's another one that's. I don't know how to put this. It's not a sport that many guys like me and you play.
No.
To be honest, I wouldn't even call that a sport. I'd call that a activity.
The limbo skating one or the shin kicking?
Both.
Yeah. I'll say limbo skating used to happen at the roller rinks like every weekend.
Yeah.
That was just a common thing.
So you're the only one to join.
Yeah, no,
I don't think Jason or Mo is joining. Just as a heads up. So
no, Jason has Andrew has made plans, and but like a wise choice, he's not disagreeing with his wife.
well, yeah. I mean,
That's what I've been doing wrong for 18 years.
right. I told Liz the other day I was driving 7 hours just to go get whiskey. I'm like, I'm going to Washington, D.C. I'm going to Virginia to go pick up a bottle of whiskey. She's like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, nah. So I did. And then I hung out with my brother-in-law in D.C.
Oh, there you go. At least you got to see.
Yeah, there was a benefit to it. Wasn't just whiskey. There's a family aspect to it because we didn't hang out enough while I was down in Florida.
Right, 2 weeks ago.
Right. So what have you been up to? We haven't talked in a minute. Probably 2 minutes.
It's been a while, actually. Yeah, not a lot. Drink myself to oblivion over Christmas.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, dude, I went on a 14-day ski trip. It was hard work.
Is that the trip up to France that you usually go on, up to the Alps?
Yeah, the annual trip to France.
Nice.
So it was hard work. The liver took an absolute battle, and then just to top it off, I came home and what couldn't be. You're thinking, I'll get a little bit of rest, ease the body up. I went to a family wedding.
Sounds miserable.
And got more liquor.
I mean, I've never been so happy to have my 70-year-old parents go, do you reckon you can get the taxi come a little earlier? Yes, I can. Yes, let's go.
Nice.
Yeah, I was flagging. I was definitely flagging after hours of beer.
Nice.
But France was just hard work. There was a lot of new drinks being passed my way. Hey Patrick, what do you think to this? Bloody hell! It's all good though.
Awesome. How was the New Year's?
Quiet. Bed at like 8 o'clock. Great. Wake up the next morning. Play golf.
Nice. I was in bed by. I think I fell asleep by 11:30.
I was up watching the game.
Yeah.
We had just gotten back that day.
Yeah. I have no interest in doing that at all. So I was like, no, screw it. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
I booked myself on to go and play at one of the top courses in the UK. So I was like, you know what? I'd rather be in a sensible state for that. So
Nice. I wish I would have done that instead. I didn't stay up to watch the ball drop because I didn't give a shit one way or the other. Plus, I couldn't because I had driven 16 hours back home and was still flying high on caffeine from driving back from Florida. But
we didn't watch the ball drop. The Ohio State game went until 11:55.
You watched the ball drop because
the bad kick.
the bad kick happened at 11:59, and literally the ball landed and lost the game for the Buckeyes at 12 o'clock.
What a way to go!
Like you can actually time that up to when the ball to when the time changed over to the missed kick.
Terrible.
The OSU is the only defeated team in 2023 right now.
No, Michigan also is.
Well, now
they lost the same day
they
lost before OSU.
But in 2022. In 2023, OSU was the only team to lose.
Oh, because it kicked over midnight. You're saying?
Yep. The ball did not land until
you're making the "I'll see you next year" joke at 11:59 on New Year's Eve
on 12 o'clock.
It's the college finals today.
What's that?
College finals today, isn't it? National championship. Georgia TCU.
Tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, it's is
it
Monday?
On Monday. Let me. I don't remember.
Sports baller over here on that.
Monday your time. It's Tuesday my time. Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Monday the 9th for us. Like at 7:30 p.m.
Half past midnight.
Yeah.
Why play the national college football game, the championship game, on a Monday night?
They always do this shit.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know.
And they always do it later in the evening, like 7:30, 9 o'clock, somewhere in between 7:30 and 9 o'clock. They always do the national championship game super late at night. Everybody has to work on Tuesday. It's Eastern time zone. So who the fuck knows? It's stupid.
Something to do with ratings or something.
Football's stupid.
So
well, it's the last day of the NFL season, so all games are today, aren't they? There's no Monday Night Football.
Yeah, I don't believe there's any Monday Night Football this week. There was games last night and today. And then playoffs start.
It's the last. It's the last day of the regular season. So
yeah.
So I have a £2 bet on in a minute, which I bet on pretty much every game. So I have a £2 accumulator that, if it comes in, pays out £2,500.
Nice.
Shit.
So
I've got you on a split screen at the minute, so I'm looking at the scores at the minute. Everything's doing okay, apart from the Dolphins Jets is still 0-0, and it's in the second quarter, which tells you how bad that game is.
Yeah.
And Tampa Falcons is still Bills Patriots draw. So I need. The Colts are losing, which is not good for me.
It's funny you brought that up because I'd never done sports betting, but it just became legal to do online sports betting here in Ohio January 1st. And FanDuel and DraftKings have been doing this thing where you can double your money here in Ohio.
Yeah, that's a promotion they use like in other places as well.
I've invested $150, and so far I'm up to $450 with another $75 coming in today.
I mean, if you know the sports balling.
You don't have to. It's literally they're called no-brainer bets because the bet is like if anybody scores a point in the Ohio State versus whatever college basketball game, you double your money. If anybody scores a game in the 1 point or more in the Bengals and Ravens game, you double your money.
How the hell? Okay,
they're just doing that to get people hooked.
They're not making money off of that shit.
Right.
No, they know they're getting people hooked now, and they'll make it back tenfold.
That's it. So I follow during the college football season, I follow the Pat McAfee show, which does a show called Hammer Down, which is they're sponsored by FanDuel. So they literally if you follow their betting, it's just ridiculously how easy of how much you can make. My bets are like I put £1 on. Like I put £1 on matches, and I'll put like a £2 accumulator that'll. If it by luck comes in, it's just okay, cool, great.
Yeah, and if not, you don't lose much.
Right.
So exactly. So I added money in for the first time a couple of days ago because I wanted to put some golf as well, and it's the first time I've actually added money to that account in 6 months. Just one bets and see how it goes. A bit of fun rather than taking it seriously.
Maybe I need to start betting instead of investing in crypto.
Yeah, my crypto tanked.
Crypto took a shit.
Everyone's crypto tanked. Crypto's, there's a reason why it's an unregulated source of money, because it's absolutely crooked.
Well, if the U.S. gets their hands on wanting to regulate it, and the SEC gets a chance to take their turn, it'll become regulated real quick.
Say what Patrick just described was the Federal Reserve.
Yeah. Yeah, very corrupt.
Yeah.
So I did ask Mo to join us. He said he's hammered dog shit. He has a sinus infection and can barely keep his eyes open. I told him that I had the same thing. I said, so what you're saying is there's a chance. He said he looks way more Asian than normal. And I asked him if he's ashamed. Oh, he said no because he's about to make some bets on championships. So he's going to use his Asian math skills.
Funny that he mentions that while we're talking about betting on.
Yeah, fair enough. But so what's up with you, boys?
Go ahead, Randy. What have you been up to?
Oh, got through the holidays.
Dieting.
What's that?
Dieting.
I
can't catch what he's saying.
Dieting.
Dieting. My diet has not changed much, but I did start exercising.
He's still eating fast food.
I did have a Wendy's cheeseburger today, though, but I'm moving more. But I had one Wendy's cheeseburger today. That's better than two.
I mean,
no, we had a family emergency happen last week, so we've been running crazy. My brother got rushed to the ER, and then they sent him immediately into surgery. Things didn't go great.
Kevin had a jack-off accident.
So, yeah. Found out he's down 43 pounds from last August, so good for him.
Yeah. You can do it.
But I've done it before. I was just way younger.
That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it's got a little.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, a little bit.
It doesn't.
Some.
I'm older than you are. I'd keep yo-yo dieting.
No, just
I'm older than both of you.
just been trying to keep afloat through the seasons and with all that going on and work stuff. So, it's been. I'm here.
Yeah, he's
and
alive.
then Martelle ruined this show.
I did. Initially, I did. But now it's better because Patrick's
Hey,
here.
Randy, what you got to do is when it says, okay, let's go, get out of the chair and actually make sure it's recording.
I'm going to start checking him.
Well,
I'm telling you.
I always look to make sure the light's red, and apparently I started the show without hitting the button.
I think after the first one, because you were just going to pour something, then you ended up coming back saying we're making old fashions. And
I did. I got distracted with the old fashions instead of just grabbing a bottle and pouring us something else to
you
drink.
just came in hot with your list of weird
And then I just
sport things.
Yeah, the weird. And it's not, most of them weren't even fucking weird.
No, we knew of them.
We knew tug of war. They had tug of war on the list of weird sports and arm wrestling. Those aren't and
that cheese rolling,
caber
thing.
tossing.
Yeah, caber tossing.
We know that shit.
I was like, caber tossing is not weird. That is a very, very well known
Highland Games.
Highland Games.
Highland Games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So whatever. Douchebags. Myself, things have been good. Hit up Florida for Christmas. Went down to my sister's. Stayed for a week. Got pissed off because both of my flights down to Florida were canceled. So I had to end up driving down, which worked out to be in my favor. Came back, fell asleep before the ball dropped, got up, essentially drove to Virginia, bought a bottle of whiskey that I won in a bottle lottery, hung out with my brother-in-law in D.C., ran around D.C. at 10:30 at night, hitting all the monuments, taking pictures, doing dumb shit. That's really about it.
Pretty standard.
Yeah.
Typical Friday, Saturday.
I've kind of decided I'm going to start doing more things that I want to do.
That's good.
Like go to D.C.
Typical American. I'm just going to drive 9 hours, do something, come home.
Yeah.
Right.
Fuck it. Whatever. So.
Yeah.
But really, other than that, there hasn't been much going on.
It's just, no. That's the thing. It's same with me. I've had my contract extended at work. A lot of pressure off.
That's good.
For another 6 months. Yeah, for another 6 months. So it's all good. Pretty happy.
Okay. So you're still building the AMGs.
Yeah, still at AMG. Still doing it. Just sort of have a little bit more. I seem to be getting a little bit more responsibility at work, which is always a positive as well. So. No, the fact that they trust me.
That's good.
I mean, I wouldn't trust me.
Well, I mean, I did trust you, but I haven't received my AMG G-Wagon yet, so I'm still waiting on that. I figured you could make that happen.
Made it happen for me yet, so...
Yeah, but I'm American. I'm entitled.
Well, no, you're American. You think you're entitled.
Well, the same thing.
Yeah, I was going to say. In his mind, that's the same thing.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, stand more of a chance you would give them.
I didn't catch any of that.
He said I'd have more of a chance if I was... And is anything that you just want to...
Yeah, you broke up real bad.
You broke up.
It broke up again.
Yeah, it broke up. I think you're trying to say shit, and I think you're getting edited on the internet.
No, hang on a minute.
Ooh. I hear music in the background.
Yeah, you can probably hear the TV in the background.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you actually sound better now.
Yeah, that sounds way better.
Yeah, I know, but
Now we lost you again.
Can hear you as well.
I think it's a bad connection. Because he's real glitchy on the video, too.
Yeah, your video is kind of glitchy as well. And Pixel AD.
Okay, hold on a minute. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Have you guys upgraded from dial-up yet?
I barely have above dial-up here. I've only got 300 meg down and 10 meg up here. It's awful. Jose has 2 gig down and up.
Jose doesn't live out in the country, does he?
No.
Well, there you go.
But I'm hoping that the fiber optic lines come down the road.
That would be awesome.
Because if I can get if it ends up being Google Fiber, then I'm in. Because I'll pay for if it's $100, $150 a month, I'll pay for it. I know it's expensive, but for good quality internet, I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
He's back. We're all back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I've just changed my phone from Wi-Fi to hotspot. Sorry, changed my laptop from the Wi-Fi to hotspot, not my phone.
It's still kind of the same.
I was going to say.
Quality-wise.
Maybe 3% better?
Yeah. Oh, he's gone again. Every time he leaves, I have to rejoin. It's fine.
It's fine. This is good podcasting. Yeah. Good listening.
It is what it is. How was that old fashioned I made you?
It was great. The cherries, awesome.
Filthy cherries.
Awesome.
They're great. You can get them on Amazon.
Freaky deaky cherries.
I don't know that they're available anywhere else, but they're
good, man.
You can get them on Amazon.
It's like a quality cherry.
Yeah. Yeah, I was impressed with them. So that was just the old fashioned that I made was about 3.5 ounces of Virgil Cane ginger. 2 ounces.
No, but yeah, there's no else.
I'm throwing gang signs right now. 2 ounces of rye. A squirt of agave syrup and some orange bitters.
How we doing?
That's better.
That looks better, yeah.
Yeah, you're on my phone on the 5G than on my Wi-Fi.
You don't look like you're an 8-bit anymore.
So the difference in speed between, or I don't know, internet quality between your Wi-Fi and your mobile is significantly better.
Yeah, but at the moment there's TVs running off the Wi-Fi and things like that, so everything will be on a go slow.
So what is the download speed that you have on your home internet system right now then?
It flicks around. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not, and it's.
And you guys have government regulated, right? Or is your internet regulated? Like in how much bandwidth you get?
Well, yeah, our internet's playing up at the minute because it's barely even working on Google.
Okay. Because this was a whole conversation my brother-in-law had and I had while I was down in Florida. So he has 1 gig internet, but through his Wi-Fi, he was only getting maybe 300 meg download speeds. So there's a 700 meg loss.
We're on less than that.
In his network.
Huh.
But now that he has 2 gig, he's getting 700 through the Wi-Fi. So which means there's still that percentage is almost still the same. There's still like a 25% loss through the Wi-Fi network. Because I get 300 meg download, and I'm only getting about a third of that through the Wi-Fi. So if I ran a speed test right now, I only get about 100.
I'm getting 150.
So yeah, so you get about the same as I do. But my upload speed is trash.
Yeah,
it's only
my
like
upload speed is 18. Yeah,
I'm like 10 megs.
112 down, 18 up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fascinating podcasting.
Yeah, it's not great.
No, it's not. I mean, it may not be great, but it's something. What do you want to talk about, Randy?
Yeah, it's okay.
No, I just realized, like, I'm into the conversation with you guys, and I'm like, wait, if I was listening to this, I don't care. We can talk about whatever.
This show isn't about caring. It's about sharing.
Listeners.
Randy.
Yeah.
None of our listeners care.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
None of our listeners care.
He just said none of our listeners care.
I know. Do you listen to any of the episodes you're not on, Patrick?
I didn't know this podcast.
I thought we were all just grabbing a drink and having a conversation.
I did. I didn't know this podcast when I'm not on it.
Every week, sometimes twice a week.
Patrick's like, yeah, we have a podcast, 5 years, 4 episodes.
That's right. Yeah, like,
oh, man.
I'm running a speed test right now. I'm getting shit.
Sorry, I misunderstood it by me. I thought it was... I thought it was in there.
What are you drinking there, Patrick?
I am currently drinking a bottle of Peroni.
Oh, Peroni. That's good stuff.
Never had it.
I've had it once.
Yeah, it's okay. Italian lager.
Huh,
yeah.
Italian
nice.
Pilsner. It's like a Pilsner. So it's the last bottle of cold beer that's left in the house. Other than that, it's my dad's lukewarm San Miguel.
What's the temperature there right now?
Well, it's actually pretty warm at the minute.
You can give it to me in Celsius. I'll do the conversion.
I would look at my phone, but at the moment it's talking to you. So whether actually no, it's not very warm at the minute. It's dropped 4 degrees.
Okay, so
which is 39 in your money.
England's Ohio.
Yeah,
it's like 39 here, right?
So it's saying it's about 41 on average there. So that's about what it is here.
Yeah.
So that's not terrible.
It's actually warmer in the Alps where I was snowboarding for a week of the 14 days I was there. They have massive problems in France at the minute. There's literally no snow in ski resorts.
Oh, geez.
They don't have snowmakers?
No, you can't run them when there's 15 degrees air temperature. You can only run snowmakers. You can only run snowmakers if it's cold enough that if it lands on the floor, it's going to settle. At the moment, it's too warm.
Oh, they do that shit here up until 50-some degrees Fahrenheit. They will they run snowmakers year round.
Yeah, but then you'll have the temperature overnight to keep it down. Plus, you've also got ground temperature. If you have the ground temperature cold enough that you've got a level of permafrost in there, at the moment the ground. So France had a problem. Their summer was the autumn was too dry, so they didn't get the moisture into the ground. So when it froze hard, it didn't get the permafrost. You didn't get the deep freeze like you normally would. So at the moment, if you look at pictures of Leger, spelt Les Gets, it's green, and they've opened it up for downhill mountain biking again, which is their summer activity.
It's not too muddy.
It's
for
ridiculous. That? No, it's perfect. It's downhill mountain biking. You want mud?
I'm just thinking about them just destroying the grass and everything else.
Don't give a shit. It's their mountain bike. The trails are all pre-cut. The mountain bike trails are there anyway, so they might as well use them.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that trails are trails. That doesn't affect. It's not like there's mountain biking down the slopes that are skied on.
Well, I mean, they could be.
So that's the thing. The mountain bike trails are down the same runs that the skiers use, but normally you've got a couple of meters, meter and a half of snow on top of them, so they're not visible. They're not usable. But at the moment, when there's no snow on it, you might as well use them.
All right. I don't know shit about
one of those
that,
the more you know stars just whenever Patrick said, because I learned something today.
I don't know shit about fuck, so.
Yeah.
You said permafrost, though, which made me think of Alaska.
Yeah. That Gold Rush show and all that.
Well, not even the Gold Rush show. So I was listening to Rogan the other day, and he had a guy on that, and I can't remember his name right now, but he owns like 10,000 acres up in Alaska. And he used to be a gold miner. Like that's what he started as. But now he is uncovering fossils. And there's this 5-acre plot that he is pulling up. They estimate that there are 10,000 mastodon and woolly mammoth skeletons in this 5-acre area.
10,005 acres?
Yes.
That's the size of your land.
Yes.
How?
Well, they don't think that they migrated there.
How are there that many in that small of an area?
Well, because of the land bridge that happened from Russia to Alaska. Somewhere along the lines, there may have been a mass extinction event and then a flood. So
pushed them all
so
together.
it kind of pushed them all to this one area in this creek bed. The creek bed is 100 yards wide. So they're finding all of these animals that basically don't exist or they didn't think they existed in the Alaska territories. That may have come from Russia or wherever. It was a real interesting podcast that Joe had with this guy. And then also on top of that, he's been because I started following the Instagram account after that, obviously. The owner of what is called the Boneyard, a lot of his early findings were donated to the American Museum of Art and History. They took all of everything that he had given them basically and dumped them in the East River in New York. Like they just got rid of the stuff. So now there are mastodon or woolly mammoth tusks that could be worth up to $1 billion sitting at the bottom of the East River in New York.
Why would they do that?
They didn't have a place to store them back in like the early. So this is like pre 1920. So he owned this land, so he technically owns all those fossils and everything else that were given to the museum. So now he went to collect them, and they didn't have any record of them. He found the records, and the museum dumped them into the river back in like the 1920s. So they've already found, once he made this information public last week, people have already found woolly mammoth tusks in the East River in New York.
Interesting.
Yeah. $500 million for half a tusk. That's a lot of fucking money.
Time to go diving.
It's hell. The one video is just a dude with a GoPro. He put it on a fishing pole. That was it. He's like, all you got to do is put a GoPro on a fishing pole. He goes, you got to find it. He goes, and then once you find it, you just dive down and get it. You don't even have to dive for the shit.
Crazy.
But that's been 100 years ago, so there's silt and all the sediment and everything else that's just kind of over top all that, so you got to kind of move all that away. But yeah, they've already found some stuff down there. That's what I thought when Patrick said permafrost.
Yeah. So obviously they need the moisture in the ground, so when the temperature drops, that the ground freezes hard and get some depth into that. So they retain the cold ground temperature, so that when snow hits it, when it eventually starts snowing, the snow then settles properly. Well, Christmas Eve, it was 15 degrees.
Jesus.
And raining. So basically it just washed, what snow was there just got washed away.
So that's basically pretty warm.
Yeah, so at the moment it looks like
60 degrees Fahrenheit.
Most of the French, a lot of the French ski resorts are absolutely screwed now for this season.
Wow.
Like there was like Leger, where I go every year, and the snow is normally amazing. There's like one run open, 2 runs open. Morzine across on the back side of the hill, there's 1 run open. Avoria, which is the big part of the linked area, is higher, so that still has snow. But then any of the low resorts are just screwed. Flame, nothing. Like the Grand Massif, which is one of the massive linked ski areas, talking like hundreds of kilometers of ski runs, was when we were there was closed.
So do they just pivot to mountain biking, or what do they typically do? Or they just fly?
Yes, well. I came back on the 27th, and I think it was on the 29th or the 30th. They announced that they were opening the one part of the mountain which hosted last year's downhill mountain bike world championship, the Mont Chéri. The Mont Chéri mountain was being opened back up for mountain biking. So basically, the local government, the local council, would have just gone to their storage units and gone, right, get all of the framework that we add on to the lifts for mountain biking, get that out and get it on so we can open up the mountain again.
Damn.
They're just trying to do what they can to like, get a season out of something.
Maybe Greta Thunberg was right.
Greta Thunberg, expert trolling of that guy Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah,
wonderful.
Yeah,
wonderful.
He's a piece of shit. But yeah, the way she handled that was. I'm not a fan of her, but that was fucking hilarious.
The initial tweet where he was like this, so he was like, "No, this and that. Would you like to know my emissions?" And her email was that tweet was like, "Yeah, please send me that." It was like.
After he got arrested, she goes, "That's what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes."
Yeah, that's just majestic.
That's awesome.
It's just so good.
But that's what I've heard different stories about Andrew Tate, but he.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a fan.
I'm not a fan, but I've heard that he's not doing human trafficking, but that he is doing human trafficking, and so
yeah,
I have no idea.
Yeah,
it's like he's.
But he made all of his money in his name in kickboxing and Muay Thai, so that's where he became famous from. And then
he became a multimillionaire from Muay Thai and kickboxing.
And that's where he made his name in that, and then became a multimillionaire just doing dumb shit on Instagram, just being an asshole on Instagram.
Yeah,
and selling a masterclass in how to make money. That's
not.
He's not.
I mean, it might be true. If it is, fair play. I'm just, not a fan of the stat levels of outspokenness.
No, I'm not either. He's a dick.
Yeah. Fair play to him. He's done well for himself. Made a lot of money. Congratulations. But yeah, you don't need to be that outspoken.
He's a piece of shit. And anyhow,
there you go.
How much would you pay for one 12-ounce bottle of beer?
What's a 12-ounce bottle of beer?
Just how much would you pay for a 12-ounce bottle of beer? Like the max amount that you would pay, and then how much would you pay for like a 16-ounce bottle? Let's go 16-ounce bottle. Screw the 12-ounce. What is the max amount that you would pay for a 16-ounce bottle of beer?
You need to talk to me in like pints and half pints.
Okay, a pint of beer.
A pint bottle. Ooh,
like the max amount you'd spend for one. Uno.
Well, I've paid. What did I pay? I paid 120 krona in Stavanger, which is about $15.
Okay.
I think I've paid more. I paid 160 krona, which would be about $20 when I was in Oslo. But I think I paid more than that in Sweden.
So I've got a couple $15 bottles downstairs, and I've got several $25 bottles downstairs that I paid for.
I have a buddy, the Balvenie guy.
Yeah.
He got a couple of the special select Goose
Island, yeah.
$40 bottles.
I have one of the $40 bottles.
He wants to give us some just to try on the show.
Shit, that keeps me from opening mine, so get them. So I have a bottle that I paid $40 for downstairs.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
I'm rich, apparently.
Well, I have.
We can't hear you while you're.
Yeah. There we go.
Sorry about that. Yeah, hand over the mic. I found the more you pay, the more, like, again, at Norway was slightly different because beer is ridiculously expensive anyway. But then when I go to London, like I'm doing on Saturday, it's like people are like, oh, this beer is going to cost me this much. I was like, cool, wouldn't drink it. Like the more you pay for a beer, the more pretentious it is, and doesn't mean it's better.
Oh, well, I'm super pretentious then.
I agree that we've said the same about whiskey though. Just because it's
yeah.
more expensive doesn't mean it's a better whiskey or bourbon or.
Correct. Like, so my best mate Darren got me into one of the Elo whiskies. Really, like Elo whiskies are really peaty, and like, I quite like that. So I was in a speakeasy bar in Sydney when I was over seeing friends. Went to it's one of these places that's been voted as like in the best 15 bars in the world. Type going in massive whiskey lists. And my friend was like, "Oh, we'll have this, and we'll have this." And I was like, "No, we won't. I'm not paying that much for whiskey." And I sent my friend Darren a message, said, "Right, Coley the whiskey." And I sent him the list, and he literally sent me a message saying, "Get this one," which was like second from the second cheapest one. He said, "By far and away, that will be best. That will be the better whiskey than the reserve or whatever it was."
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing we have here, like dealing with like reserves or some cask strengths,
Small batches,
single barrels, like all these names
store
they put on shit. Like, yeah, store picks are the worst. Like I've done, like the bottle that I drove to Virginia for, it's a cask strength. They only release 3% of the yield that they got out of that, from that barrel. So, and I got one of those bottles, and that bottle's fantastic. It's 144 proof, crazy high proof. It's 72.25%, and it's great. But I've had store picks that are just god awful.
Yeah. See, I got given a bottle when I was up in Madison at the CrossFit Games. I got given a bottle by one of my good friends from Minnesota. He gave me, it was a small batch. It was like one of 125.
Mm-hmm.
It was a rye whiskey, really nice. I wish I'd kept it. I gave it to the guy whose house this guy was a friend of a friend. He just let me stay in his spare room. I felt guilty because I took some random back, so I left him a bottle of whiskey. I was like, and I was like, oh damn it, I wish I kept it. But it was a really we tried it, really nice whiskey. And it was like, but yeah, it's a small batch stuff. And I was like, I get it, some really nice ones, but you know, there's some really nice ones you can get that are mass produced as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like so over Christmas, Blanton's is a big thing here in the U.S. I don't know what the hype is in the U.K. is around Blanton's as far as American whiskey goes, but Blanton's here, like everybody's like, oh my god, I got to get Blanton's. Well, fucking, they will trample people to get Blanton's here, and Blanton's is okay. It's not worth $60.
Yeah,
but I had Blanton's Gold over Christmas. And that's about I think it's like $120 for a bottle, like retail. That's good. I'm not going to trample somebody for it, but it's worth the $120. It's good. But I've had some like I said, I've had some store picks that were god awful, and then I've had some other club picks that are fantastic. Like we just did a rye aged in apple brandy barrels that is off the goddamn charts. Fantastic. Yeah. Like I can't wait to get some cinnamon bitters and make an apple old fashioned out of it. It's great. So we always have those hit or misses, but just because, like you said, you know, the price of it, just because it's higher price doesn't mean it's going to be better.
Yeah. People get excited about, oh, this whiskey, this drink is this much and it must be good. Like you're an idiot.
Like I want to get into scotches, but I don't like peaty scotches. I don't like that super smoky Band-Aid tin scotch.
Yeah, no. In that case, you've got to stick away from the Islay whiskies.
Yeah,
you'll probably go into the Highlands and the Speyside. Speyside, there's some really nice Speyside whiskies. Some of them are duty-free store and export only, and there's some really, really good ones. Like my favourite one is Tamavulin. And it was finished in a Rioja wine cask, so it has that like a little tang to it. It's really nice.
I'll have to look at my chart. That's what I'm trying to look at right now.
If you're wondering what
your
he's
whiskey,
doing.
your whiskey chart.
Oh yeah, I have a whiskey chart.
Nice.
I mean, it's backwards for you, but it's all different types of whiskeys.
Yeah. So
Yeah, so you'll be. I'm just trying to find it now. So you'll want
the space side's right there.
Have you ever had Lefroy, Patrick?
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
There are some good ones and there are some bad ones.
Okay, I've only had one, and it was awful in my opinion, but I don't know which
You
one.
you would have had you probably would have. No offense, I'm saying this now. You would have probably had the Lefroy 10, which is
Garbage.
not. It's but it's peaty. It's an Elo whiskey.
It was
It's
very peaty. I had it at a bar.
Yeah.
A guy said, "I'm going to buy
Yeah.
a round for everybody. Give us something we've never had." And the bartender's like, "Have you ever had Lefroy?" No, none of us have. Okay, well,
Yeah.
try it. Everyone hated it.
Yeah, I
It was awful.
took a bottle of that. It was given to me by another guy at work, and he's like, I'm not a fan. Maybe you'll like it." I ended up trying it. I took the bottle to the gym, and I don't know what happened to the bottle. That was a couple years ago, but
probably poured on. Yeah, but like you were saying earlier on, with you've got the. Do you know someone who's got like the Balvenie whiskey?
we had the Balvenie rum cask,
14 year.
14 year, but we weren't
so
fans of that.
I was going to say that's a space side. The Balvenie is a space side as well. So, like, I quite like the art. There's Arbaloa, 12-year-old. I quite like that. Tamavulin is probably one of my favourites, to be honest. You know, you can get a good Oban. But I was at a golf club in Scottsdale. I was sitting at the bar in the clubhouse, and I was having a drink because I wasn't driving. Although, you know, don't think it would have made a difference. And I was looking at their whiskey, and I literally looked at the barman. He's like, "Oh, you got any whiskey?" So yeah, we have a really nice collection. I was like, no. Look, I can see one there that is definitely not from a nice collection. It's a Lefroy 10. That's the cheapest bottle of Lefroy you can get, and it's not good.
Yeah, I'm not a
By
not a
nice
Lefroy
selection,
fan.
he just meant you had many choices.
Yeah,
Didn't even have many choices either.
Oh.
I was like, this, you know, but you can get like Macallan. Macallan 12 is really nice. Macallan 12 is a very nice whiskey, actually.
I think I've had that.
You probably have. It's probably one of the more well-known ones. But there's so many from like that region. So, but like I bought a bottle of whiskey for my best friend for his wedding, and I bought it from his hometown. And oh my word, it was such a nice whiskey.
What was it?
I'm just trying to find it now.
So where are you at on Irish whiskeys then?
Don't like him.
Okay.
I don't like Irish whiskey. It's like, yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of anything other than American whiskeys for the most part. I mean, I've had Monkey Shoulders, a blended Scotch.
Yeah.
That's not terrible. Then I've had the Lefroy. Was not a fan of the Lefroy 10-year. Gave that away.
Yeah.
Done some Glenlivet's, like a Glenlivet's 15-year. I suffered through that. I wasn't a big fan of that. But then we had a Jameson Black Barrel, which is Irish whiskey stored in a bourbon barrel, which was actually pretty good.
Yeah, my mum and dad went to the Bushmills distillery, and they were drinking one of their top, their XO, and it was apparently really nice. But yeah, the one I got from my friend is from the Blair Athol distillery, and it's absolutely beautiful. To the point, I will go online and I will buy a bottle and get it sent down to me.
Nice.
It was one of those ones. It was just you could sit there and sup it. It wasn't, you get the smoky ones, you get the Elo whiskies. You can sit there with a glass over a while and you sit there and have it. But then this one, we were sitting there and just like group of boys just sitting around drinking it.
I wish we could get bottles shipped to us.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
There are only certain websites that we can get stuff shipped to, which sucks.
So do you have any American whiskeys or bourbons you like, Patrick?
There's a really short answer to that one.
No.
No.
Treasonous colonials. Nope.
No, I mean I've had some. I'm not really a big bourbon fan, to be honest. But, we don't really see too much of it though.
Yeah.
Standard over here, it's Jack Daniels.
Yep.
You should be able to find a Blanton's Green over there.
No, I'm trying to get Southern Comfort.
Southern Comfort's great when you're underage. You can't get anything else.
Yeah.
Woodford Reserve is the one I had. I picked up a bottle of that and took it to Bermuda with me and used it for cooking.
I will say the Woodford, the straight Woodford Reserve is not great, but their double oaked is pretty good.
Their double oaked, yeah, they've had some better offerings. The straight Woodford Reserve is pretty run of the mill.
Yeah,
not great, not bad in my opinion. Jack Daniels is trash.
It's not trash. It's just different.
It's different trash.
It's different trash.
It's in a white trash bag instead of a black trash bag. It's garbage.
Yeah, and
any of that charcoal filtered, I don't like the charcoal filtered whiskeys.
Well, that's most Tennessee whiskeys,
right?
That's the charcoal filtering is a Tennessee thing, which is why I'm not a big fan of it. I'm trying to think of what else.
I'm going to send you the link to my favorite now.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's going in a group, so everyone's going to see it now.
That's fine. They'll be like, what's Patrick talking about?
Yeah.
There it is.
Tempranillo wine cask. It's beautiful. And then there's the Blair Apple.
Oh, okay. Whatever. I'll have to see if this is available. Because I'm willing to try other stuff. I'm willing to make Randy try something different.
Yeah.
I mean, he sits and drinks all my whiskey anyway.
Been going for 5 years.
I'm trying to find the one that Chad bought for Darren's wedding.
So what else is when are you coming back over? What's the plan?
Ooh, actually, I actually spoke to the senior of the Giannetti family, Andrea.
Oh yeah.
I spoke to her yesterday because I think I'm going to try and get out to Scottsdale for the opening weekend of baseball spring training.
Okay.
So I'm going to do a couple of days in Scottsdale for watch some baseball, play some golf, and then I'm going to get to Las Vegas and play some golf and do some drinking.
And when is that?
End of February, start of March.
So March. Let me look it up here.
I
will be in Vegas in March.
I'm talking first weekend of March.
I may be there the
first. Are you gonna?
Oh, I won't be. Shit. Never mind. I won't be there until the 21st through the 23rd. Shit.
Yeah.
It's not even close to the first weekend.
No, the Arnold is the first weekend. The Arnold Classic is the first weekend in March.
Oh, okay.
Okay. What are you doing there? You're doing some video stuff.
So, Mo and I. So Mo. So Well, all right. Let's jump back. So Jason's brother Aaron started all of the CrossFit stuff for the Arnold. Like they had it. Okay. Like I think CrossFit did it 1 year, and then things didn't go well. But then Aaron kind of took over and did all of the stuff to get the Arnold to accept all of CrossFit for the most part. Right. So now they have a thing called the Arnold Classic, which is a 3-day CrossFit competition, not sponsored by CrossFit, but CrossFit does come, and it's weird. It's a CrossFit affiliated thing, but CrossFit doesn't sponsor it in any way. Like they so
yeah, they're allowed to use the CrossFit name.
But they don't even use the CrossFit name as part of the Arnold Classic. It's just called the Arnold Classic. It's a functional fitness competition that whatever. That's a whole legal thing. But Aaron, I think, has now stepped away, and one of the other owners, whose name is Dwight, has taken over the responsibilities. Him and another gym owner have taken over the responsibilities of managing everything. So Dude used to do all of the on-air commentary. So they live streamed the whole competition through like a 4-camera system, and him and another guy would live stream it. Then Mo got involved with it, and then this past year, I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to come down and hang out. Well, me coming down and hanging out turned into me helping them. So I did photography because they couldn't get a photographer. The guy that they hired before, he wanted like $4,200 or $4,000 or something for the weekend. I'm like, fuck it, I got a camera. I'll go out and do it. I don't give a shit. So I went out and did it. And then posted all the stuff on the Facebook page. So I'll probably end up doing that again, except this time I'm going to rent a camera instead of using mine because mine's garbage.
What are you going to get?
And then
what camera are you going to go for?
I may do the Canon R5. Just step up to the newest. If I can rent the newest Canon that they have out, I'll get it, and I'll just do like probably an 18 72 millimeter lens and maybe a 200 millimeter lens.
You go 20, and that'd be 2470, 7200.
So
look at me. You'll do 20, it'll be 24 to 70.
Yeah. So I'll probably do.
And then 7200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably do something like that. Because everything's pretty much close quarters. So be out like in the middle of the floor doing everything. Maybe run some video for that. Mo usually walks around with his Sony and does some video stuff when he's not talking. And then I think last year we sat and drank whiskey and did some commentary on the things that were happening out on the field.
Oh no, he loves it, doesn't he?
He does. I was trying to get him to get on the show, but he said he's not feeling well.
Well, he's probably not feeling well because he's got to deal with the i3F. He loves it.
Well, I work for them too. I work for Mo also with USA Functional Fitness.
I love it. Everyone goes on about it. Like nobody cares about it. The only other nation that really gives a shit about it is Norway.
Yeah.
And they've won it every year.
I'm redesigning the website for the US right now.
But it's like if the US decided they were going to take it seriously, they'd win it hands down. But they don't. So
well, they can't. I don't know. Is there some? I don't know. Do they even reach out to the current CrossFit? I don't know if they reach out to the current CrossFit athletes, like try to get them to join it to take it on, or if they're just
maybe
stuck on.
Would that be funny? There's not enough money involved.
Oh no, there's not enough money involved at all.
Like the Norwegian guys are good because they have like CrossFit Oslo. Everything runs the i3F. Everything runs through CrossFit Oslo, and so they were like, okay, well, we've got a chance to do this, and the Norwegian Olympic Federation they've got massive funding through that. It's like we're talking like $2 million type thing.
Damn.
So they're like all the athletes are just that are going to the CrossFit Games through CrossFit Oslo. They're training full time because they're getting a decent wage through that, and then whatever they win at CrossFit is theirs, and whatever they win through i3F goes into the federation. Huh?
Yeah. Well, they're definitely not doing that here because the Olympic Council doesn't give a shit about CrossFit or functional fitness.
I know because why would they?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're not going to. It's something that might appear in the San Francisco Olympics, LA. I
don't think it will.
The next one, but that's what they're trying to do. And if it doesn't appear there, it's not going to appear. And then the i3F will just fall on its ass,
which is a shame
because they don't have the funding, they don't have the sponsorship, and they don't have the commercial TV rights and deals that. Let's just say they get through CrossFit.
Right.
So.
And CrossFit doesn't seem like CrossFit gives a shit whether it's an Olympic sport or not. So.
No. Well, why would they? They're in business and they're making money. So.
No, right.
But,
so I looked up the whiskey the whiskey you sent. And we have available to us, although it's not available right now, a double cast single malt.
Yeah. What does it say? Does it say if it's a it'd be double casked, and does it say what the finishing cask was? Because they finish them in a lot of different casks.
This one just says, I can't see the label on it because it doesn't allow us to see the label. It just says double cask, and I can't zoom in any further.
All the Tamavulins are all double cask.
Oh, it's finished in American oak.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
And so it says matured in American oak and finished in sherry oak casks.
Okay, so you got the sherry cask one then.
Yeah, but there's none available at my store here in the U.S.
Okay,
here in Ohio.
Yeah, because they do one they do a sherry cask, they do a Tempranillo cask, they do a Pinot Noir cask. They get a lot of like the different red wines. It gives it that really nice deep flavor. Yeah,
I don't like port. We were talking earlier on the last show that we recorded that I'm not a huge fan of port finished whiskeys.
Yeah,
they're dry to me. They're super dry.
Oh no, this is not that. This is Tempranillo cask is Rioja.
Okay,
it's a Rioja wine cask.
Yeah, I could do that.
So
Randy looks like he's ready to fall asleep.
I've not been sleeping well the last 3 nights. I'm pretty tired. I could take a nap.
Well, we're at an hour.
Are we?
Yeah. It's 2:30.
Yeah, and I got a birthday party to go to.
Yeah.
You sound really keen about that.
Yeah.
It's for a 2-year-old that'll never remember it.
That's for one of my brother-in-laws doing dinner at his place and stuff, so it'll be all right.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, it's for a 2-year-old. They'll never remember it.
Yeah. Oh, in that case, I'll leave you to it then, boys.
All right. Hey, thanks for joining.
Thanks for jumping on, Patrick.
No worries. Good to speak to you. It's been a while.
We'll have to do
Always
it again.
A pleasure.
Like in another 6 months.
Yeah. Right.
Another 6 months. I'll get a decent bottle of whiskey. Can we do it on a Saturday so I can drink? Because I have to get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So
we usually do Saturdays, but Martelle was on his way back from DC.
Yeah, I was coming back from DC yesterday, or else we would have done it yesterday. Yeah, let us know. Let me know what bottle you get, and I'll see if I can get it here.
Okay.
And then we'll try to, or I'll try to get, if it's not the same bottle, something from that same distillery.
Yeah.
If possible.
Okay. Sounds good.
So, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, thanks for being on the show, Patrick.
No worries, boys. Good to speak to you.
Yeah, it's good speaking to you as well. It's good speaking to you as well.
Not speaking so well,
not speaking so well, but it was good speaking to you as well.
Hey, listen, in true American style, you spoke good.
I did.
you talked good.
I talked good today. It was good. My stutter and my stammers it's there.
I know I couldn't go a whole show without being impolite to Americans.
That's fine. It's fine. I'm trying to convince Liz that we need to come over there at some point. So I'll if I make it over that way, I'll let you know.
Yeah, it's difficult when you got like 10 kids, haven't it?
I only have 2.
Two more than I need.
And as far as I'm concerned, at this point, they're self-sufficient, so we could just leave them here.
Fair enough.
They're hunter gatherers. They'll be fine. Pick berries and hunt squirrels.
Right.
So.
Right. On that note, I'll say goodbye. Take it easy, boys.
Bye,
we'll see you, Patrick.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. All right.
Now that we actually recorded a show.
Oh, shit. You're going to hate me.
Nah, no. You're just pulling my leg now.
I am. Anyway, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Google, Instagram.
Patrick's a gem. Love the guy.
Yep.
Even though he hates us.
Quite a chap.
Yep.
Good old chap.
So, all right. And old fashions, you do you.
Yeah, just make your one. Just Google a recipe and make one.
Throw something together.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty simple.
It's
whiskey,
fine.
Whiskey, sugary syrup, bitters, ice, mix. Maybe a cherry or an orange as a garnish.
Yep.
So, all right. I'm Martelle. He's Randy. We're out.
Okay, bye.